Alright, what up? We're about to start in a second. Just give me a second to share this and I'm gonna blast off.
Watch game. Hey, let's go out to Keona Jenkins. R.I.P. We ain't forgot about you, baby. Let's go. You just a little girl, living in a crazy world. I wish I could have told you that these niggas and these bitches ain't worth getting close. You just a little girl. You just a little girl, living in a crazy world. I wish I could have told you that these niggas and these bitches ain't worth getting close. You just a little girl. That's my sister, my cousin, my niece. When I heard the story, I couldn't sleep for weeks. I guess your daughter name got cold feet. I guess it was too many you guess, like your homie. Oh God, the root to Wally is your money. Say it again. But how could you know? 19, living the American dream. Them woods and sheets clothes you never seen. Gone way too soon. In the Cadillac I lean. Oh yeah. Sometimes I wanna go. Watch game. Hey, let's go out to Keona Jenkins. R.I.P. We ain't forgot about you, baby. Let's go. You just a little girl, living in a crazy world. I wish I could have told you that these niggas and these bitches ain't worth getting close. You just a little girl. You just a little girl, living in a crazy world. I wish I could have told you that these niggas and these bitches ain't worth getting close. You just a little girl. That's my sister, my cousin, my niece. When I heard the story, I couldn't sleep for weeks. I guess your daughter name got cold feet. I guess it was too many you guess, like your homie. Oh God, the root to Wally is your money. Say it again. But how could you know? 19, living the American dream. Them woods and sheets clothes you never seen. Gone way too soon. In the Cadillac I lean. Oh yeah. Sometimes I wanna go to Chirac with the strap. Everybody saw somebody holding your back. But nah, I ain't gon' let that be the setback. We still gon' progress and still see justice in the process. Yo, there was no contest. So what? Our solutions gotta be manifest. Oh yeah. Keona Jenkins, and we'll never forget. Angel, and there's some hard thing. You just
Amazon Prime members now get free grocery delivery.
Nope. But we're about to start this off. It's not long, that's why I'm kind of filibustering. But it is deep. This is very deep. Very, 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 very deep.
You rep the devil, that shit I cannot do. I am a god and my daughter is my angel. I seen the light, you seen the dark because it blinds you. Surrounded by demons, surrounded by angels. We all like have my back and I'll guide you. Everyday fighting, I promise you will not lose. We are rich with our words, just let it find you. Give your knowledge to the youth because you smart too. If you gon' smoke and drink, don't let it drown you. Be aware of your surroundings, watch the crowd move. Hit these bullies where it hurt, don't let them clown you. Street smart, book smart, kids stay in school. Getting litty on the weekends, that's just what we do. If you gon' fuck, protect yourself first rule. Don't get yourself caught up, that drama not cool. Be yourself and do you, best way to move. I speak that knowledge, this is for the youth. I speak that knowledge, this is what I do. I speak that knowledge, this is something new. I speak that knowledge, you should speak it too. I speak that knowledge, this is for the youth. I speak that knowledge, this is what I do. I speak that knowledge, this is something new. I speak that knowledge, you should speak it too. Love is pain, but we always learn the hard way. Life's a game, so I care what they all say. Have no fear, cause we all gotta go one day. Live and smile and you'll make it through every day. Make us proud, you the future in every way. Was teaching then and still teaching now. You on the rise and can't nobody hold you down. Have a dream, have a plan and execute it now. If they hating, they just hating cause you shining now. Bright like a star or maybe you the golden child. Put your faith in the Lord and I can show you how. Put your faith in the Lord and watch him show you now. We all have a dream, just gotta chase it down. Martin Luther King paved the way, they can't stop us now. We hunting the hunters united, they gon' feel us now. The world laughing, Snapchatting while they tear it down. I speak that knowledge, this is for the youth. I speak that knowledge, this is what I do. I speak that knowledge, this is something new. I speak that knowledge, you should speak it too. I speak that knowledge, this is for the youth. I speak that knowledge, this is what I do. I speak that knowledge, this is something new. I speak that knowledge, you should speak it too. I wear my brand on my arm cause I know I'm a don. These haters look at me evil cause they know I'm a god. Going up with my people cause we all shooting stars. I'm so rich in the heart, won't sell my soul to be bought. I'll get myself to the top and I will say what I want. Y'all have to take me alive, I see the light in your dark. Won't put my pride to the side, my pride is all that I got. Don't need no money to live, I got my mind and my heart. Walk these streets in the dark, all you hear is gunshots. I ain't lying, cops, siren, just speeding down blocks. People dying, mamas crying like when will it stop? Mind racing now, I'm feeling like a version of Park. Read the many stories on Kanika, filtered at heart. I have a daughter, I'm a father, take minds, I'll go dark. Hate for humans, what y'all doing, gotta change the shit. We all servants, what's your purpose with one life to live? I speak that knowledge, this is for the youth. I speak that knowledge, this is what I do. I speak that knowledge, this is something new. I speak that knowledge, you should speak it too. I speak that knowledge, this is for the youth. I speak that knowledge, this is what I do. I speak that knowledge, this is something new. I speak that knowledge, you should speak it too. Yeah, this your boy Rated R for Rashad. Ain't squad music. Yo, I want to dedicate this one to Kanika Jenkins. Rest in peace, baby girl. You are a beautiful shooting star. God bless your soul. Huh? Yeah.
Let's do it. Y'all rocking with the Real to the 7th Power Best. This is She's Just a Little Girl, episode 1. Keona Footes. I'm not saying no more. Let's do it. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
All right, Daniel, thank you so much. A man who was shot by Richland deputies last night is suspected of killing his pregnant girlfriend and her child in Minnesota. And investigators say he came here to kill another woman. News 19's Julia Kaufman has the details.
Here at the Richland County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Leon Lott has shared an update after police officers shot a suspect inside the Aloft Hotel in the Harbison area on Sunday night.
An arrest team went to make an arrest. They verbally tried to talk him out of the room. He was making threats through the door to the officers outside the room, told them that he had a gun, had a rifle, and that he was going to shoot them. At some point around 10:10, he opened the door to come outside the room with a gun in his hand. We had 2 Lexington County deputies and a sled agent fired upon him, and he was hit.
This is the weapon Sheriff Lott says the suspect approached officers with inside the Aloft Hotel. The sheriff says it's a BB gun. Investigators tell us the suspect is 29-year-old Renard Liddell Carter, and he fled to Columbia from Rochester, Minnesota after killing his pregnant girlfriend and her 2-year-old daughter. Police in that state say Carter killed the two on Thursday, and their bodies were found in the victim's Rochester apartment on Sunday. According to Sheriff Lott, Rochester PD informed them Carter was in the area, so they launched a joint investigation with Lexington County, SLED, and the Columbia PD to find him.
And his intent to come to Columbia was to kill an ex-girlfriend here.
Sheriff Lott says they located Carter's ex-girlfriend and put her in a safe house until he was apprehended.
They were able to make an arrest. EMS came and treated him, and he has now been put in a hospital where he's being guarded.
The suspect is currently hospitalized in Columbia. Sheriff Leon Lott did not share the extent of his injuries, but he says he'll be extradited and charged in Minnesota. In Columbia, Julia Kaufman, News 19, WLTX.
Well, as we speak of Minnesota, family members of the victims had not heard from the woman for several days, so they went to her apartment yesterday to check on her. Family friends simply asking now that the community pray for the victim's family.
You can't do nothing else. And if you don't feel like coming from behind your doors, get on your knees and say a prayer for this family. Because when one hurt, we all hurt in this community. So please, lift this family up in prayer. Lift my nephew up in prayer. The father of the child, please lift up the mother of this young lady. Lift her up. You know, should nobody have to bury their child.
Autopsies will be performed to determine the exact cause of deaths.
Planet of the Fakes 4 Families. And Pig. Star. HH. News. Suspect in killing of pregnant girlfriend, 2-year-old found, shot by officers in Columbia. The shooting occurred Sunday night at the Aloft Columbia Harbison Hotel, Columbia. SC Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott says a suspect wanted for killing a pregnant woman and her little daughter in Minnesota was shot by officers at a Columbia hotel. Lott gave details in the investigation into a shooting that left the suspect, 30-year-old Renard Liddell Carter, wounded. It happened at the Aloft Columbia Harbison Hotel, located at 217 Lano Court Sunday at approximately 10:30 p.m. Lott said his agency was contacted by police in Rochester, Minnesota that Carter was coming to Columbia to kill his ex-girlfriend, who lives in this area. Rochester police say he killed his pregnant girlfriend, 23-year-old Keona Footes, and Footes' 2-year-old daughter, Keona Miller. The two were found dead at the Olympic Village Apartments in Rochester. Carter is not the father of the child who was killed, according to Rochester police. Lott said officers were able to get his ex-girlfriend in Colombia into protective custody. They then tracked Carter to the Aloft Hotel. They say when they knocked on his door at the place, he threatened the officers. After a brief period of time, Lott said Carter came out holding what appeared to be a firearm. Officers from the Lexington County Sheriff's Office and SLED then opened fire, shooting the man multiple times. Lott said it was later determined to be a BB gun. Carter is in the hospital receiving treatment for his injuries. Sheriff Leon Lott holds up the BB gun he says the suspect was holding. Carter was on Facebook Live at the time of the shooting and there is body cam footage. Lott said his agency will investigate and those findings will be brought to the 11th Circuit solicitor to determine if they acted properly. Lott said Carter is here now, but will be extradited to Minneapolis when he recovers and is released from the hospital. Thank you very much. Go to www.amer-epa.
Double homicide in Northeast Rochester involving a 23-year-old victim and her 2-year-old daughter. Today, the Rochester Police Department confirming their identities as 23-year-old Keona Footes and her 2-year-old daughter, Iona Miller.
Yeah, police, Laura, saying the suspect is Keona's boyfriend. Now, ABC 6 News reporter Jacqueline Harold been digging into this story all day.
It's still not clear exactly what happened to Keona Footes and her daughter, Iona Miller, but officials believe they know who did it.
Our investigation leads us to believe that Mr. Carter is the primary suspect in this case.
On September 13th, the Rochester Police Department responded to a call at the Olympic Village Apartments after family members hadn't heard from Keona. When they arrived, they found the body of Keona and her 2-year-old daughter. It's not clear how long the bodies had been there, but officials say there were signs of trauma.
He was arrested last night in Columbia, South Carolina, at a hotel room at about 10:30 p.m. on a Department of Corrections warrant.
Monday morning, we learned that 29-year-old Renard Lydell Carter, who was also Keona's boyfriend, had gone to South Carolina to kill an ex-girlfriend.
Rochester Police Department in Minnesota, who notified us that a Renard Carter had murdered his pregnant girlfriend and her 2-year-old daughter, and that he was in the Columbia area, and his intent to come to Columbia was to kill an ex-girlfriend here.
Because Carter left Minnesota while on probation, a warrant was issued for his arrest. Detectives with the Richland County Sheriff's Office arrested Carter in a hotel room around 10:30 Sunday night.
Fortunately, he chose not to go peacefully. He Facebook Live with the incident. This was the weapon that he had. It was a BB gun. At the point he had this gun, after he had told officers that he was armed with a rifle and that he was going to shoot them, when he came out, he had this gun in his hands. And that's what they started reporting.
According to the press release from the South Carolina Sheriff's Department, Carter was shot multiple times in the upper body and is currently under security in a hospital. In Rochester, Jacqueline Harold, ABC 6 News.
Jackie, thank you. Now, authorities in South Carolina say they were able to safely house the ex-girlfriend that Carter was believed to be targeting. Now, Carter will be transferred back to Minnesota when he's released from the hospital to face charges.
Yeah, he is now charged here in Olmsted County in the courthouse here with 2 counts of second-degree murder and 1 count of second-degree murder of an unborn child.
Planet of the Fakes 4 Families. And Pig. Star. HH. News. Rochester man shoots pregnant girlfriend, 2-year-old girl dead. Renard Carter. Rochester, Minnesota man shoots Keona Footes pictured pregnant girlfriend, 2-year-old daughter, Iona Miller, dead. Renard Carter. Rochester, Minnesota man shoots Keona Footes pregnant girlfriend, 2-year-old girl, dead before heading south intending to kill former girlfriend. Police in South Carolina have arrested a Rochester man alleged to have shot and killed his pregnant girlfriend, her unborn child and her 2-year-old daughter in Minnesota, authorities said Monday. Renard Carter, 29, is accused of murdering the victims in Rochester, MN. Early Sunday and heading to South Carolina to kill another woman, an ex-girlfriend who was located and brought to a safe place before he got there. According to the Richland County Sheriff's Office in South Carolina, officers eventually found the man in a Columbia hotel circa 10:30 p.m. where he confronted them while live streaming the interaction on Facebook, officials said. He then threatened to shoot the 15 officers outside the hotel, and came out with a BB gun that looked like a real rifle, prompting 3 cops to shoot, leading to the man being injured. Carter was shot multiple times but was expected to survive, said Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott during a press conference. Carter was scheduled to be charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 1 count of second-degree murder of an unborn child upon leaving hospital and sent back to Minnesota. Boyfriend posted videos on social media of shooting pregnant girlfriend and child. This is a very active investigation, but we just want to let the community know that someone very dangerous was apprehended, Leon told reporters at a news conference, adding that none of the officers was injured. The investigation began early Sunday afternoon, when family members of Carter's girlfriend, Keona Footes, 23, went to her Olympic Village apartment after she failed to respond to their phone calls, Rochester police said in a statement. When family members arrived, they found a dead child, who was confirmed to be the woman's young daughter, Keona Miller. According to the statement, officers learned that Carter appeared to post videos on social media that depicted the killing of Foote. Rochester police officers were later provided with numerous social media videos from concerned citizens. A criminal complaint provided by Call stated Foote had been in a 6-month relationship with Carter and that they had been living together for about a month, along with 2-year-old Keona. Pictured, Renard Carter, Rochester, MN man. Image via police bookings. Suspect previously warned victim intent to kill her. Investigators obtained information from a witness that Carter sent a message 2 days prior to Sunday saying that he was going to kill the mothers of each of his children. Officers spoke with another witness, who told of 3 individuals hearing Carter speaking to the victim in August 2020, and threatening to kill her, her 2-year-old and the unborn baby. Carter also threatened to kill a previous partner who resided in South Carolina if that previous partner did not allow Carter to see his children. At the time of his arrest, the man was en route to his former partner's residence. Of note, Kim reported Carter being released by the Minnesota Department of Corrections on April 22 following a prison sentence for felony domestic assault. In 2018, Carter pled guilty to stalking with intent to injury and damage to property. In that case, he was accused of tormenting a woman for several days, including destroying a television and splashing a bottle of bleach around her apartment. It remained unclear what prompted Sunday's shootings. Thank you very much. Go to www.ammer-
A 2-year-old, like, that's sad.
Just sick.
Olympic Village residents are in disbelief Monday morning after pregnant 23-year-old Keona Footes and her 2-year-old daughter are found dead in their building Sunday afternoon.
Almost brought me to tears because, like, that child has a whole life in front of them, and, like, this man just ended it. That's just terrible.
Keona's family hadn't heard from her since Thursday. On Sunday, police were called for a welfare check. That's when Keona and her 2-year-old daughter were found dead inside their garden floor apartment. Now, residents tell us that this side of the building does have a history with criminal activity.
I heard about that side of the building, like, it's always trouble over there. It's like drug deals and robberies always over there.
It almost made me cry because, like, it's a terrible situation of a man just absolutely making a terrible choice.
That man is allegedly 29-year-old Renard Liddell Carter. He was captured in Columbia, South Carolina Sunday night, but not before a standoff with Richland County deputies, where he was shot multiple times after threatening to shoot first.
Unfortunately, he chose not to go peacefully.
Authorities say he came to Columbia intending to kill again another ex-girlfriend.
This is an active and fluid investigation. There's just a tremendous amount of coordination between the 2 agencies.
Not real sure his motivation. You can only guess.
And at this point, guessing is all residents at Olympic Village can do too.
What was his mindset when that happened?
Now, authorities tell us more information will be available to the public once the autopsy is complete. Carter is currently on guard at a hospital in South Carolina. He won't face any charges in that state. However, he does, like we said earlier, face 3 charges of second-degree murder here in Minnesota. He'll eventually be taken from South Carolina back to Minnesota. Reporting live in Rochester, Barrett Leone, KTTC News.
Your man was a professional domestic violence perpetrator. She was only, what, 23 years old? That's 5 years after 18?
Yeah, we came too far in the darkest days. Don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far in the darkest days. Don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far in the darkest days. Don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far in the darkest.
Baby. Go, baby. Baby. Is it fun?
Not really sure how I feel about it. Something in the way you move make me feel like I can't live without you. You take me all the way. I want you to stay. The reason I hold on. Cause I need this whole world. I need to grow. I'm the only one.
Tell her to get louder. Tell her to sing louder. Tell her to sing louder.
Oh, yeah, take me all the way. I want you to stay.
Thank you, Marcia. Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay.
Beautiful
Y'all want to hear rap? Okay. Alright, fine. Play stripper hoe.
Hey, come here. Come on, we better get ready to go.
Thank you so much for coming.
Come here. Come over
I
here.
know you're Martell's wife. What's your name here? Okay, thank you. You guys are welcome to come by the house. So these are going to be Saturday. This Saturday? Okay, thank you so much.
Where your comedian ass husband at?
He at work.
He at work? Tell him I say what up. Yeah. Tell him I'm gonna get with him. Tell him I see him on Saturday.
Okay, thank
you. All right. Come on, babe.
Okay.
What Tasia? Tasia. Come here. And you better make sure that girl got that key. You got it. You wanna put your stuff up?
It says,
live. You're on live.
yeah, it says, it says bring them on camera.
They say what?
Bring them on camera.
If you wanted them to join. Oh, yeah. I want to talk to somebody.
Your daughter over there, don't, Brandon.
Tasia.
But for real, so. We go, y'all want to get a room?
Yeah, we're gonna get a room. What is this?
I'm gonna take y'all up to that hotel. I think that'd be good for y'all.
Can you press love?
You see if that lady there. See if y'all
The like button? Yeah, press love there.
What's that lady number that you saw? Oh, yeah. Working the hotel.
I don't know her name.
Why is not working? Here. Oh, Megan needs to learn how to use Facebook. There we go.
I'm gonna take them up there. You know, yeah. But Pumpkin, y'all Pumpkin.
Yeah, I got it. I can send it to you.
You ain't gonna be able to.
Dante, you leaving?
Ariana.
You leaving, Dante?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
All right, I'll see you later.
Okay. You guys be careful.
I'll get her home safe.
Okay, yeah. Great. I've got to go from outside. All right, big bro. Big bro. Just hit me. Okay. You got my number, don't you? I got like 5 of 5.
Okay, here, Dante. Got your phone. Make sure Tasia gets home safe.
They can't hear us.
Well, I think they can.
Hit the like button if you didn't.
Maybe not with all this noise in the background. This isn't right, Brandy.
Shaking.
I can walk you to the car when you close it up. Yep. I'm going to walk you over there. There you go.
Planet of the Fakes 4 Families. And Pig Star HH News. They were my nieces, but they were more like my kids. I talk to them every single day. Pootie now who I'm go drive up and down the highway to pick up and spend weeks with Keona. Who's going to call me and ask how I look, or do you like my hair and makeup, or Noki can you tell my to be good or go to sleep? These were my babies and I already miss them. Keona Woolard, I love y'all baby and I'm going to miss y'all so much. You and Pootie are in God's hands. Take your rest baby and save a spot for me. I love y'all for eternity. PSA, while it is sickening and disgusting that anyone would attempt to capitalize monetary funds on anyone's life, let alone a tragic triple homicide, is just unbelievable to me and almost just as manipulative as the offender in this matter. In regards to my daughter and granddaughter Keona Footes and Meona Lee Miller, there was a fraudulent GoFundMe account set up by Michelle Miller of Rochester, Minnesota, claiming to be a parent of Keona and grandparent of Meona, which is obviously false and deceptive. Our family has one set up under my daughter Dante Lorraine Williams, and this is the only account authorized by myself. Any questions or concerns, please contact me directly. Thank you, and please keep us in your prayers because the enemy is busy but a liar as well. He went to South Carolina to kill another ex-girlfriend. Thank goodness that he was found. The fact that the police had to shoot this animal during his arrest makes this sad story a bit better. Hopefully this guy won't walk again. This is Renard Carter. He was in prison for felony domestic. He got out in April. Last week in Rochester he killed a pregnant ex and her 2-year-old daughter. Then fled to South Carolina where he tried to kill another ex. When the cops came he yelled that he would kill them and faked having a gun, while live streaming them shooting him to Facebook. My only question is which NFL team has the rights to make him a BLM hero? The Minnesota Vikings are the Carolina Panthers. A lot of you people are just as sad as the savage event that just occurred. I guarantee none of you had anything bad to say when police officers killed unarmed people in your area with video footage of it all. Never once ask yourself what could have perspired to push a person to that limit to where they would commit a crime as such. You do not when a person that's supposed to protect and served is the same in front of your eyes. You people are just as bad as any murderer. Shout out to Richland County PD Sheriff Leon Lott for hiring the right people on the force that are not cowards who wants to hide behind a badge to get away with murder. Yeah, they take down armed suspects down on a regular without having to kill them. Okay, Sherlock, you explain why your boy murdered a 2-year-old baby and her mother. You tell us why their black lives don't matter. Okay, Sherlock, you explain why your boy murdered a 2-year-old baby and her mother. You tell us why their black lives don't matter. Megan Baird line charges are often upgraded as the case against the person progresses. Sometimes it has to be put to a grand jury to agree to more charges. Absolutely tragic. How is it not premeditated when he made threats to her prior to it happening? So sad for the family, sad face. Jim Evanson has absolutely nothing to do with that. It's posting a fact. If you don't like it, then do something about it to change the statistics. Start a group to help out guys who are struggling with a pregnancy. Something like that, ya know. Make a difference instead of making baseless accusations. Justin Williamson, ain't it funny how upset guys get when confronted with facts? If you go look it up, pregnant women are one of the highest risk categories, and the majority of the time it's the boyfriend, husband, baby daddy who kills them. It's not like I'm lying here, but the hostility is so unnecessary. Unfortunately, in America, pregnant women are at high risk for getting murdered.
Oh, Jesus. Let it out, sis. Let it out.
That's your baby. That's your baby. Let it out. That's your baby. That's your baby. She hear you? She hear you. She hear you. She hear you.
Come on, Tasia.
I like to all bow our heads and say a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray please give strength. This feels like a nightmare, God. I know we aren't supposed to question you. I know we aren't supposed to question you. But I just don't understand. Why baby had to go? Why they had to go? I can't even express how mad I am at you. I know the devil.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, come on, y'all. Oh, God. Amen.
Y'all look at this. A young woman and a baby. A man say he loves you, but he steady putting his hands on you. But you still scared to tell somebody. Let somebody know what's going on. Stop being, you grown, you know everything. Tell somebody.
Oh.
Here we go on the count of 3.
My balloon. We love you, Pootie. Love you, Keona. Love you, Woody.
Where's my grandpa? Grandpa!
Huh? It's okay, baby. I know. I love you. Where's she at? Oh, okay. Oh, it's her right here. She's looking for me. The one that brought her to. Okay.
And that was basically it. So your boy killed his future baby mother because that 2-year-old was not his daughter. She was pregnant. She was pregnant with his baby. And he killed her. So I guess they broke up. If you heard the news say they was together for 6 months, lived together for a month, and after living together for a month, he wanted to kill her, threatened her, made good of his threat, killed her 2-year-old, then fled to go kill another woman. But this woman had his baby, and the police basically, apprehended him at a hotel where he threatened that he was gonna shoot them. He had a gun. He came outside with a BB gun rifle in his hand. So obviously he was trying to commit suicide by cop. And of course, the USA Police Department failed on killing him. Yeah, they shot him. He survived. And that's what people were saying in the second video. It's so easy for police to kill unarmed people. But when it comes to armed people, they're always taken alive. Your man is facing 2 counts of murder and a count of murder of an unborn child. That's 3 people. 3 people. She was 23 years old. Here's a little background information. She may have been a dancer because I seen pictures, and believe it or not, a lot of these domestic violence victims that basically get murdered by their boyfriends, a lot of them have this one thing in common in their house. I'm not gonna tell y'all. If y'all want, you can put it in the chat. People watching this later, put it in the comment. But just think about it. 23, kind of cute. I just did a video, because I'm gonna tell y'all what it is, last week, of a woman whose house burned down while she was distracted, by this one thing in her house. The same thing this woman had. Since there's no questions, nothing like that, we're going to get out of here. After I play the song, I'm going to tell y'all what she had in her house. And not that it contributed to her death or anything, but it just shows, you know, something a lot of these women have in common. And a lot of women and men try to carry on single lives while in relationships. There's no doubt in my mind that both of them may have been doing that. And it's not by cheating on people, but you can still carry yourself as a single, which brings on single problems. Word. And it's just sad because this girl didn't deserve that. And I also wanted to say that as a society, we got to get back to women not tolerating violence from men in no fashion or form. If you look at us today, the women encourage violence. The women are drawn to violent men. He likes me, but he's violent to the world. Brag about having a killer. Online popping mad shit like it's mad gang killers ready to back them up. We got to reverse from that. We got to reverse from that. Because I notice that in a lot of relationships, these women knowingly and willfully get with violent men. They may even be violent themselves. So when something like this pop off, it's no surprise. Because he's already violent. She's already violent. I'm not saying her personally, but I'm giving an example. She may have slapped him from being violent. I'm not saying him and her. A whole nother situation. A woman may slap a man just based on a woman being violent, and us as men, we gotta stop accepting violence in any form of fashion from women as well. Because once we stop expecting violence from each other and tolerating violence from each other, you won't be around violent people. Because that's being shunned now. Right now, we in the opposite. We drawn and attracted. The more violent, the more drawn and attractive we are to them, or attracted we are to them. We gotta reverse that, because when shit fall out, what happens? That same thing that drew you to that person is now getting used on you. And how many times have we seen a woman did some shit to a man? We've had instances where women kill their boyfriends. He cheated on me. And I think that just comes from us being drawn to violent people. You know? And it's just due to our environment. Having to come up in tough environments, you have to survive. And 9 times out of 10, that survival is based off violence. So if you're violent and you're surviving, of course you're going to want a violent girlfriend. So y'all both could survive and be respected and, you know, not take no crap. But at the end of the day, to protect your family. Now, her choice in men did not protect her and her family. In fact, it was the dominating force that basically harmed her and her family, her unborn baby and her 2-year-old baby. And I don't think there's no woman in the world that would want to get with a man or knowingly get with a man that would harm their baby or kill their baby. And she did just that. If she would have did some research on him, she would have seen he went to jail for beating a woman. I don't know about you, but I'm not dating no girl that goes to jail for beating up her boyfriend or killing her boyfriend. And I don't think women should do that either. And if you do it carefully. And any inclination of them becoming violent, you should get out of there. He got violence on his record. He's a violent person. He may get violent with me, but it'd be too late. Because the beginning part of the relationship, they lovey-dovey, family, friends, can't tell her nothing. Once they're out her life, he switches. She has no one to run to. She had no time for a restraining order despite him threatening her. She had no time to have nobody over there to protect her, despite him threatening her. And I believe it may have played out on social media. The police did confirm that he did confront them on Facebook. And people sent them the video. We got to find that. Just to commit suicide by cop. He came outside with a BB gun. So you mean to tell me he shoots and kills his girlfriend, her 2-year-old baby, and his unborn baby just to have a standoff with a BB gun with police? That shit throws me off. It throws me off. I don't understand it. But let me tell you what she had in her house that a lot of these women have in their house that even attract men. It even attracts men. And she basically had a stripper pole in her house. Now, I don't know about you. I've been around women that had it, but I never looked at them anything more than, you know, somebody that might just be out there like that, whether she is or she isn't. But it's not appealing if you're looking to lock something down. He was trying to lock her down. He got her pregnant. You got a 23-year-old pregnant with a stripper pole in her bedroom in social media. What could happen? But the same thing that drawn him to her, you see, he may have not cared for after he got her. Or who's to say that, you know, she was doing things for other men or whatever the case may be. And then, you know, he's trying not to have that. Like, you my baby mother. You got to carry yourself with some respect. And I'm just making up hypothetical situations. But I'm just saying, why, you know what I mean, have a baby with a woman that might not be ready to be locked down yet. It's only going to bring you problems. And look, it brought him problems. After a month of living with her, he killed her and her 2-year-old. They were together for 6 months. When y'all fall out, it gets used against you. Just like I gave an example of, you know, him and her. Let me give the her and him example. Let's say that she was doing her thing and flirting with other men and all that. He already knows how she put him under a spell. So it's nothing for her. You see, she's a little cutie to put another man under a spell, and she's pregnant with his baby. And that's what I don't understand. Like, how you break up and she pregnant with your baby. And that's what we got to do as men too. Men have short tolerances these days. Anything makes us leave. The smallest little thing, we got to cut that out. You got to realize once you put that baby in that woman, you might as well say that's a ring on her finger, commitment, and be there for the long haul. And if that man's not prepared to do that, stop letting them nut up in you. I don't know why these women think it's so official to become a baby mother. That shit is weird to me, and I think that needs to be studied. Nobody's really winning doing it. All right, you're successful with a job and this, that, and the third. But in the long haul, raising these children without both a father and a mother has already proved to be negatively impactful. Not only just to the family, but to the society and culture together. But times that have a selfish attitude. And that's just due to the fact of a lack of being provided for by both parents. And it has nothing to do with money, none of that shit. It could just be attention. It could be life lessons being taught. You understand? Because it's only going to get to a point where a single parent going to try to teach you so many life lessons before you don't want to even hear from them no more, because you see them do hypocritical things to the same lesson they trying to teach you. So that throws the whole lesson out the window. If you're trying to teach your child to do something that you couldn't do or wouldn't do, they may take it, they may not take it. Like, you didn't even do that. Because a lot of these mothers, they try to raise their daughters not to be like them. Pick somebody that's going to be there in the long haul. And what happens? It doesn't happen. She gets caught up in the same cycle, you know what I mean? Or he gets caught up in the same cycle, and it does affect sons. Because the son being raised by a mother alone, in the back of his mind, he's either wondering what's wrong with the men, Or when I get older, I'm not gonna be like that. And then we bust based on nobody has a positive role model or example of a loving family for years. Like, we don't know what it feels like to have your father love your mother for 40 and 50 years from the time they got together to death. A lot of people don't know what that is. So if you don't know what that is, how could you even emulate it? And how people trying to get with other people for the rest of their lives. Think about what I just said. We trying to settle down with people trying to get with other people for the rest of their lives. Because I don't know about you, but everybody always think it's better. Like, yo, this dude just bought me a whole outfit. And he about to give me a car next week, girl, I'm gonna be stunting. And if he could do that, imagine what the next man would do. Same for the man. Yo, she gave me the top first night. Oh, she moving me in a week later. Imagine what the next woman will do. You hear what I'm saying? And they start setting it up or not setting it up. But I'm making a point, like, people don't even have examples of happily married couples. Because I know a lot of people that did come from married couples, and they always shot to be a married couple. Now, whether it worked or not is, you know what I mean, not important. What's important was the goal was set based on our parents. So if we got parents loving and sticking together through thick and thin, you may conceive children that attempt to do the same thing. Like, please, my parents were together for 50 years. I'm finding somebody I want to be with for 60 years. You understand? But you know it's possible because you've seen it done. And a lot of times you could get advice from those people. So that's pretty hard to do when you only have a single parent. What advice you could do better? 9 times out of 10, y'all. Now, whether they could do better or not, that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is what advice could we get from them? But they could give us advice based on, they know the mistakes they made, and if they want better for you, they'll tell you to do the opposite of what they either did or would do if they want better for you. And that's just, you know, the example I'm giving. Is that being done? Because I tell you right now, a lot of these parents, single parents, their children are, you know, the alpha and omega. And if you ain't treating them right, where either your boyfriend's mother is a pain in the butt and always interrupting in your relationship, or your girlfriend's mother or father's always butting in or, you know, mingling into your relationship. And once something happened, they always run to that parent and they there with open arms. So just think about that, because at the end of the day, if we can't set by example, we shouldn't be setting by bad examples. If we can't set a good example, and a good example gotta just be us committing to these people we having babies with. That's just the example, through thick and thin. Ask yourself, am I gonna stay with this chick if she cheat on me? Am I gonna stay with this dude if he cheat on me? Yes or no? No? Then what's the odds you getting with somebody that's gonna cheat on you? That shit is crazy. That's why people just gotta be careful, because it's not about you. She was a mother of a 2-year-old, and she brought this dangerous, unstable, previously felonious, domestic, violent man in her home. And now her, nor her 2-year-old is here anymore. If there's any questions, put it in the chat. Other than that, put your questions in the comment. I will reply. We getting out of here. This was episode 1. She's just a little girl. Send prayers out to the Footes family. And I believe Maya's last name was, I can't even remember. I can't remember Maya's last name, but it was different than the mother's. Send prayers out to that family too. They're devastated. They are devastated. You understand what I'm saying? But it's nothing we could do. These young women don't listen to me. I can't tell my nieces what to do and blah, 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 because I set no example. I'm not that beacon of a perfect relationship they go to when they have a problem. I'm not. So it either doesn't exist, meaning the perfect relationship, or, you know what I mean? It's just not in hand's reach. And a lot of times it's not, because us as a people, we trying to better ourselves as a single individual, not better ourselves as one in a relationship. And I always say, us as a people, we lost all our consideration for each other. We have no consideration for each other. And that's what we got to get back, consideration. And consideration is putting your feet in somebody else's shoes, certainly someone you care about. So once we start considering how the next person feel, we'll do better. But we at a time and state where motherfuckers don't even give a fuck how you feel. Just be happy to be alive, fresh and fly, and high. But that concludes this episode. Check back later. I will be doing episode 2. And we're going to get into the woman that got ran over by a car that was in the same club as Tony Bass. I got to do a little bit more research for that, but the video's already done. That'll probably be later on, maybe 10, 11 or something. I rocked with the Real to the 7 Power Best. If I'm not, come in the chat right now and tell me. I will gladly send you an email telling you I don't appreciate your opinion and you were wrong. Real to the 7 Power Best. Planet of Fakes. Team no team.
R.I.P. We ain't forgot about you, baby. Let's go. You just a little girl living in a crazy world. I wish I could have told you that these niggas and these bitches ain't worth getting close to. You just a little girl. You just a little girl living in a crazy world. I wish I could have told you that these niggas and these bitches ain't worth getting close to. You just a little girl. That's my sister, my cousin, my niece. When I heard the story, I couldn't sleep for weeks. I guess your daughter name got cold feet. I guess it was too many against, like your homie. The root to Ali is your money. Say it again. But how could you know? 19, living the American dream. Them woods and sheets clothes you never seen. Gone way too soon. In the Cadillac I lean. Sometimes I wanna go to Chirac with the strap. Everybody saw somebody holding your back. But nah, I ain't gonna let that be the setback. We still gon' progress and still see justice in the process. Yo, there was no contest. So what? Our solutions gotta be manifest. Kanika Jenkins, and we'll never forget. Angel, and that's a hard thing. You just a little girl living in a crazy world. I wish I could have told you that these niggas and these bitches ain't worth getting close to. You just a little girl. You just a little girl living in a crazy world. I wish I could have told you that these niggas and these bitches ain't worth getting close to. You just a little girl.
I'm school's chancellor.
No. But that basically concludes our show. This is a real sad situation. And, you know, it's not going to be the last just because, again, we are drawn to things that are not always good for us. It's kind of like the rat poison effect. And be careful picking your next mate. They may be rat poison. You know how rat poison look good and tasty to a rat? And then what happens?
Then in order. It could be the first meal you've enjoyed back in...
Negative.
Nuggets and small fries for only $3 each.
I just want to hear a little bit of soul before I get out of here.
They can't even do a song. This shit's simple. It's easy. Some of us just blessed with this gift. Try and get them to do it. They don't even want to do it. They don't know how. That's alright. Peach Mouth called me weed, man. That's alright. Uncle Wu just be depressed sometime. That's alright. So many blessings in the sky I can barely see, but I know one day, yeah, they gon' come for me. Cause I've been humble in the game for a long time. Don't you know that the shit finna come for me on the grind? Yeah, I left from Alabama, left my damn kids. Came to Chicago, yeah, and made some more kids. It's okay, yeah, I get the money. You see, I'm in the middle of the shit, yeah, I'm in the field. So you know a player, yeah, I was born to win. Yeah, you know you gotta get the money, yeah, it's a sin. Money is the rule all evil, so they gonna kill. That's why I gotta keep my hand on the steel. Got some little babies, yeah, they wanna turn up. Got some homies in the corner, yeah, shoot you up. Jump out the car, yeah, with the Mac 11. Start shooting, sending everybody to heaven.
It go down, 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 it go down. It go down, 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 it go down.
I keep my head up through all the ups and downs. Nobody know my pain, they only see the frown. It's a lot on my mind, but you don't get it. That's why we depend on Jehovah, yeah, for forgiveness. Yeah, this world is so crazy, yeah, you can't see. Yeah, the demons, yeah, they roaming through these damn streets. We gon' say a prayer for the girl Kanika Jenkins. Why they had to do the girl, they ain't had to kill her. Just hope with the time gon' heal the mother wounds. Looking for clues, time running out. Everybody out here, yeah, they pointing fingers, trying to find out who the one did the killing. Jealousy and envy, yeah, you gotta watch out, cause you never know a friend trying to knock you down. Just be careful, cause you know that God with you. Yeah, you know I got a lot of demons, yeah, against you.
It go down, 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 it go down. I'm always 11 years old, put the guns down. It's little kids out here trying to live a life. Bullets out there, taking our life. Pushing, shoving, cussing and fighting. I'm trying to stay alive, many years in mine. All of these is facts, ain't trying to rhyme. I know this is hard, but this is life. It's word in my city, better yet fire. It go down, 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 it go down.
And that concludes our show. Stay positive, stay productive, stay prolific. Most of all, stay profitable. No profit came from not one decision Renard did. Not one profit. He didn't profit in no way. He may be paralyzed doing the rest of his life or spending the rest of his life in prison. You know what that's like? You know what that's like to be confined to a wheelchair surrounded by killers, rapists, con men? He's going to be a prisoner pincushion for the rest of his life because his baby mother didn't want to let him see his kid. These are the type of men getting in relationships with decent women, with children, with other men. And the most hard, this is a hard thing right here. Believe it or not, she was in love with her baby daddy, who is in prison. So it's already a guy that loved her or had a baby with her in prison. He got to get out, and she's gone, and his baby's gone. And the funny thing is, dude that's paralyzed may go to the same prison he's in a wheelchair. How's that for karma? We out of here. Planet of Fakes, real to the 7th power best. If you can't stand alone, you're not standing.